Hello, everyone, and welcome over to race number 10. I think. Race number 10, is it? I think it is. Yes, it is. My bad. I almost unsure whether this is, what race we are on. But, yeah, we're on race 10 out of 16 of the Season 2 NR2003 KFC Fantasy Series. And, yeah, finally, we're here in Japan. Yeah, obviously we had a bit of a mix-up between Australia and Japan, and I thought Australia would be race 9 and Japan would be race 10, but I accidentally switched them over. But anyway, we're finally here at the Twin Ring Motegi, and yeah, we're gonna hopefully see some exciting moments of this race. We do remember that last lap pass last season where Tyrrell Lowell took the win from Solomon Sheridan just on that very last lap. So it was pretty, it was one of the best wins we've ever seen in the series at the time. So, but let's see if anything, can happen, anything bigger from there in today's race. So, without further ado, let's move on to the qualifying standings. And before I do the qualifying standings and find out who's pole, there is obviously another change to the grid, and that means we have a new driver joining us as well for this race. But this driver in question is only doing a one-off race in the season, and that is of course here in Japan. And you know who that is? That's me. Ruben Gonzalez will be here to do a one-off race in Japan, and he'll be driving just as a solo, as an independent driver. So let's see how it will come from there. Right. Let's see who's on pole. Who'll be on pole?
Drivers.
Roberto Crown Jr. and Sally Appleseed will start on the front row for the second consecutive time. But Roberto Crown Jr. seems really promising driver to see him on pole. His career has been alright, and at times he actually led some laps in one race, if I can remember which race it was. I think Kentucky. He led a few laps while starting, I think from the front row. I think so, but I might need to double check that. But anyway, Dumizaki in the CE Motorsports Cam Wright's team will start from third place. Leon Hill is back up front. Hopefully VV can capitalize from there. He will start from fourth place. Tyrrell Lowell, the last race winner, the last race season winner, Tyrrell Lowell will start from fifth place. Thomas Giuliano will start from sixth place. Tristan Mendoza seventh. Drew Walker, the last race winner, eighth. Jerry Chen ninth, and James Jameson 10th. And that is your top 10. And Ruben Gonzalez, that's me, will start from 16th in the number 26 car, which hopefully you guys can see the paint scheme of it in the race. And look at the rest. We see some notable drivers towards the bottom. Defending champion Kendrick Meeks will start from 26th. So he's got a lot to get ground if he wants to get up towards and hopefully go for a win. Solomon Sheridan, last season's contender, will start from 19th. And I guess that's it. That's what I'm going to say, really. Let's head on straight to the race. Alright. So, before I go, I almost forgot. We need to do the national anthem for Japan, which is what I always do on international races. So, let me bring up the Japan national anthem. Let me get a set and ready. Alright, it's all set up and ready. Maybe if I go closer.
Drivers, to your cars.
Alright, so I'm ready. I guess we're all ready. Let's take a minute to reflect the country of Japan with this pretty good national anthem. I like it actually. And there you've heard it, the Japan national anthem. Just let me get it 1 second. All right. Just doing last minute checks on the Discord chat. Right, without further ado, let's hit the race. The famous words in motor racing will be coming up shortly. And I think I'll be commentating today, alone.
Drivers, start your engines.
As we heard the words in motor racing just been said, all cars starting to get ready as the safety car, or the pace car starts to move, and here we go. It's pulling away. Ooh, what's wrong with Roberto Crown Jr.? What? Why is he smoking? If he's smoking, he can't do that. Pardon me. We're going to have to do a take 2. Take 2.
Drivers, start your engines.
This time, yeah, all cars should start pulling away as normal. Roberto Crown Jr. this time pulls away as normal with Sally Appleseed alongside him. Let's take a look at all the other car. There's me over there in that new paint scheme. The number 26 Let's Go anime car, the Magnum car. Why is he in the pits? What's going on with everybody? He can't stay in the pits. Everyone should go out as normal. Right. Everyone, please go out as normal. Right. That's good. Everyone's going out as normal. All the cars lining up as normal without any issue. And let's see if Roberto Crown Jr. could actually get his first win. Although he's not got much support, especially being an independent racer. But Who knows? Anything can happen. We saw Dylan Hayden take his victory back at Indianapolis. And we had a few other ones. Solomon Sheridan is one notable driver who's won races as an independent racer. Despite that, was able to make his way to second place on last season's championship. My iPod keeps falling off from the laptop. Anyway, the race is underway, and here we go. And Roberto Brown Jr. retains that lead from Sally Epplesey. She starts to fall back immediately. Drew Mizaki goes past it for second place. Tari Lowell in fifth place. Well, just about to take fourth place with Lynn Hill right aside him. And take a look at that. Drew Mizaki could give CT Motorsports their first win since last season somewhere. I think Drew Mizaki was the one who gave CT Motorsports their last win to date. We can see two blue cars going head to head. Tari Lowell and Sally Appleseed. As Sally Appleseed starts to fall back, Lydon Hill seems to not have any of it. Oh, now look at the draft going on the outside pack. It seemed that they thought that maybe they can go head to head for second place for Drew Mizaki, but not quite. There is Jerry Chen, who's not had a really good season so far. In fact, he's been struggling a lot in the past few races. Although he got a second place, a top 3 finish at least, back at Darlington at the race of GT Motorsports' first ever victory of the team. We go back that Roberto Crown Jr. is still in the lead with Drew Mizaki in second place. And Tari Lowell attempts a pass on Sally Appleseed and he goes for it. He's now into third place, and Drew Mizaki. No, that's not. That's Giuliano going for fourth place. And we can see Drew Mizaki is going to overtake Roberto Crown Jr. and he's gone for it. There he goes. I think we're going to have a new race leader coming into lap 4. Mizaki is now your new race leader. And Thomas Giuliano really wants to get that victory. Last season was a bad season for him, but this season was no doubt much better than last season, at least for the last few races that he had. There he goes past second place. Roberto Crown Jr. is now starting to slip back, and now he's going towards Drew Mizaki, and I think we're going to see lots of cars going battling for the lead. Tari Lowell, last race winner, is nowhere near the front already. He's got the drafting Avery Hamilton right behind him. Oh, Roberto Crown Jr. seems to respond of his possibility of starting to slip back. He's going for it. Here comes Giuliano. In fact, these two drivers are actually teammates, I think. They're actually teammates. So they're going head to head to see who is better than which. Drew Mizaki is still leading, and with teammate Thomas Giuliano right beside him. Here comes Tari Lowell. Tari Lowell is on course to hopefully make it 2 in a row at Twin Ring Motegi. If he goes 2 in a row, that would be great for him. In fact, probably one of the very first undisputed champions at Japan. As Sally Appleseed continues to slip back already. There comes Jerry Chen and the falling back Roberto Crown Jr. And take a look at last race winner, Drew Walker. It seems that Drew Walker knows that his team is right in front of him. And I think these two are probably going to start to work together at some point during the race. Ooh. Drew Mizaki still leading, and Thomas Giuliano starts to fall back. He's got Avery Hamilton right beside him. Avery Hamilton attempts to pass. Roberto Crown Jr. back into fourth place. Tari Lowell now in the slipping line. And he's got Well, sorry, Sally Appleseed right at the start, but that's because of that draw of that already looking racy driver, Drew Walker, in his powerful Cadillac number 47. And that looks like Quinn Melanie over there. He's already in the mix. Drew Walker goes for a push, and he tries to get past Sally Appleseed. Sally Appleseed is obviously an easy for him to pass. And now who's smoking? Who is smoking? Miyazaki! Miyazaki's smoking! Oh my gosh, what is going on? What happened? Oh my gosh, what's going on? And that's me getting involved in that collision. Oh my goodness, what just happened down there? I just can't believe it. I just can't believe what to say. Miyazaki just going out of control, I think. Well, somehow his engine just you know, let go whilst he was leading. And unfortunately, after trying to throw his way back into the pit, unfortunately, he couldn't make it. Other cars have got hit. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Wow. Not all the cars have been hit. And this one's a bit laggy, so... Wow, this is like Japan's the big one. Japan's the big one. This is the first time we saw a driver retiring literally whilst leading. Miyazaki just lost the engine. Just out of nowhere. And that gives Thomas Giuliano the victory. Not the victory, the lead. Oh, Quinn Melanie. That's so sad to see him go. Or at least get himself wrecked in that very big one. He was doing really well. Oh, Riley Hill! He was spinning like hell. He was spinning like hell. There's Kat Rose. She's involved as well. And who's another one? Yeah, poor Riley Hill. Poor Riley Hill. I think he's the one who has suffered the most out of this dreadful collision. Let's go on board and see. You can see the smoke starting to appear just right ahead of him. He knows that the leader is already smoking. Let's try to show back. Unfortunately, seems that though they didn't make it. All the cars have gone with him. Wow! Whoa! Oh wow! Wow! This is what I call Japan. Oh, and another one. That was bang on. Bang on. We'll take a look on the other side of the camera. Let's see what happens then. I think some of the cars seem to have come off almost unscathed. Sadly for me, I think I'm definitely the one who's out. But bang on. James Jameson's also involved. John Palmer as well got involved. That is the second time. Well, certainly not the first time, but maybe not the second time to have got hit in a wreck. He often has bad luck for poor John Palmer. Poor John Palmer. And Alright Vox, was he hit? I don't know if you're hit. We'll find the number 2. Oh, there you are. You've come up unscathed. There's Alright. He just barely made it. Yes, just barely made it. Oh, the Chevy got hit. Oh, Cam Wright. Well done. You seem happy now. You managed to survive the wreck. That's me. I ended up in a Corolla now. Richard Herman also got involved, and Joey Maddox also got involved. I think Kat Rose. Well, slight damage on the front. You can see the hood is damaged. Well, at least the front is damaged. James Jameson, unfortunately, How come? Oh, what? What just happened down there? Is that Rickroll? What? Rickroll? I'm glad it's not Austin Leon. Oh, whoa! Are these two friends? Austin Leon and Rickroll? Have they got something in plan? That's just unbelievable. What the hell did I just saw? These probably are either simpers or public enemy number 1, number 2, whatever it is. Just look at these two. This is pretty unique to see. Let me see this again. Look at Rickroll. Austin Leon. So they can you know, take another driver out for no reason. I think that's just a bit stupid for these two. I don't know what they've got in plan, but I think these two are pretty stupid. If this was real life, I think this is not really sportsmanly sort of thing. This is not really sportsmanly to use their two cars like weapons and then try to take another driver who's just coming into the pits. And that was the number 13 of Cat Rose. So it seems Cat Rose must be sadly, well, unfortunately she has to deal with you know, her being put off with, you know, incidents where that occurred literally out of the blue and for almost no exact reason. Why did it happen? That's just so damned up, I'm telling you. Whoa, we are now back to live and let me see who is out in total. First, we have Joey Maddox is out, John Palmer's out, Arthur Shelby is also out, LaForge Henry's out, Dio Miyazaki, your race leader, he's out, Riley Hill out, Dylan Hayden out, Imperius Delta out, Billy Joe out, Richard Herman out, and Jameson out. And we're already going green. Let's see who's leading. I think Thomas Giuliano's now leading. We saw Cat Rose, unfortunately, thanks to that incident, she's now slowing down, so she's greatly affected by this collision. Let's hopefully we see nothing similar happen as Thomas Giuliano's into the lead, but beware, there is Drew Walker up into second place. Could Drew Walker make it through in a row? That's what everyone's concerned about. Drew Walker is the guy literally to beat. Already he's going in onto the side of Thomas Giuliano, trying to pass him. Unfortunately, that's it. Drew Walker is now your new race leader coming into lap number 14. Yes, lap number 14, and Drew Walker is your new race leader. Thomas Giuliano is currently in second place. Who is that? Roberto Crown Jr., your pole sitter. He's making his way back up off that minor slip up. By the way, guys, is the Twitch working smoothly? Because I doubt it might be working, especially with that you know, somewhat glitches, you know, going along. But I think from my side it's fine. If anyone, just let me know if the Twitch is working smoothly. You can tell me on Discord. Right, Drew Walker is your new race leader, but Thomas Giuliano seems he wants to come back up to Walker. I think he's got the guts to try and get past him. Here we go. Oh, Thomas Giuliano, this seems pretty odd for a driver like him to get past the driver who's won the last couple of races. There he goes, back into the lead. Back into the lead. Thomas Giuliano, number 3, is your race leader. Drew Walker still in second place and posted Roberto Crown Jr. in third place. Avery Hamilton in fourth, about to overtake Roberto Crown Jr. I think it is a slight bump between the two cars, as we just saw right now. Sally Appleseed still in that 5th place. Jerry Chen 6th place. 7th place Tyrell Lowell. 8th Layden Hill. Well, Layden Hill just gone past Tyrell Lowell for for 7th place, I think. And 7, 8, 9, 10. John Appleseed and Rick Roll. I think Rick Roll is now in 10th position. That must be your top 10. Oh, Quinn Melanie seems to be running close to the top despite having some damage on the rear. So he's not greatly affected somehow, but of course, you know, that will affect his performances at least throughout the race. Lin Hill now on the chase. He's gone past Jerry Chen, his rival. He's now unbeaten 6th position. Now he's got Sally Appleseed to deal with up front. Drew Walker back into the lead. I don't know when was that. I think that was in this lap, but Drew Walker is now the leader. It's not this lap actually, so I missed it, unfortunately. I don't know when was that. It was lap 16. So Drew Walker is really the guy to beat in this race. He's still your championship leader. We need to figure out the points for this championship after this race, and I don't know if I have time to do so to sort out the points. But it seems so that Drew Walker is still leading. At least got a few other championship contenders remaining. Lynn Hill having a go, having a look at the rear of Sally Appleseed. Oh, John Appleseed has gone past his nemesis, Jerry Chen, trying to take that 6th place. We know that John Appleseed is not really on good terms with Jerry Chen, and that's why he's sacked from his current race seat and the number 20 from next season. And he has gone past Jerry Chen for 7th place actually. Was it 7th place? I'm not sure. Oh, Lena Hill trying to make it 2. Oh, look at that. Now we have 3 battle for the lead. Avery Hamilton, thanks to his draft, was able to get past Juliana and for the lead straight away. Wow, incredible driving from those cars. Wow, I have not seen anything much more incredible than that. Avery Hamilton has gone from 3rd to 1st and is now leading this race here at Twin Rim Motegi. And now it will be for Toyota to be proud of. Well, hopefully, if he doesn't, get hit by Drew Walker again. Drew Walker attempts. He said he's not having it once again. He wants to get past. He wants to at least continue leading the race. We've got other cars getting closer now. Lynn Hill making a pass on Sally Appleseed, and it seems he's managed to make it stick. There he goes. Lynn Hill now up into 4th place. Drew Walker is your leader again, but he's got some competition right behind him. So if he wants to maintain that win, he's going to have to go through those other cars and behind him. Those 2 cars are very hungry for wins, actually. Avery Hamilton's yet to win a race, and so does Giuliano. And as well as Lynn Hill. He is closing in really, really hard. Now we've got a top 4 battle for the lead. That's going to put Drew Walker under pressure. Drew Walker already has dealt with pressure before in the past 2 races, especially when he led the race until the very last few laps, where unfortunately he just couldn't stand it any longer. And Thomas Giuliano has now got some drive behind, with Lynn Hill right behind him, and there he goes. Giuliano up into 2nd place, and Sally Appleseed joins in on the mix as well for that battle for 2nd place, actually. So Appleseed could end up battling for the lead with the other cars, and there goes the pole-sitter as well joining in. This is going to be an amazing battle for the lead right now, with all these 6 cars battling for the lead. But they need to get to Drew Walker as fast as they can. They've got a bit of time in their hands. We're now on lap 23. Just in case the ticker isn't working. I think the ticker is working as normal. The ticker should be working as normal, but I'll just show it just in case. We're now coming to... we're actually coming to halfway of the race now as we approach lap 25. And look at the train of cars coming for the lead. What happened? Oh, is there a yellow flag coming up? I think we have a caution coming up. Yeah, a caution coming. We don't know what happened down there. Oh, is that me? What happened down there? Don't know there's a collision, but I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna find out what's happening. It could be between me and Alfred Strass, but I cannot be certain that would be the case. All we can know is tell what's happening. Oh, there was a collision. Oh, with Alfred Strass, and I think me. I think I was involved. Let's see. Yeah, let's see what happened. Oh, Rickroll! Rickroll! Rolls around just like a cannonball. I think he hit something or he got hit by something, and then this is what happens. And that puts Alfred Strass on the roll as well. We change camera. Let's see what happens over there. Oh, Rickroll hit the wall. And then does a cannonball roll. That puts Alfred Strass on a spin. Luckily, seems he doesn't suffer much damage at this rate, except from a bruise of pride. Let's look at it again. This could be another successful video. Rickroll literally hit the wall, gone wide, and then hit the wall, and then this happens. Still, no cars ever retired as a result. We'll go to maybe in front of Tristan Mendoza. We'll go on board Tristan Mendoza. Let's see what happens from there. We look at Rickroll on its rear. Maybe Mendoza must have forced a bit onto Rickroll, but at the same time Rickroll went wide onto the wall, and then that's where, you know, the collision happened. Let's see if we can go on board one of the cars that have been affected in this collision. This is Cam Wright Jr. Oh, this car literally avoided. Don't know if Cam Wright, the senior, avoided it as well. Oh, bang on. I think Alfred Strass was the only one literally, well, or generally affected. Where can I find the cars that have been hit? I need to do it quickly before it goes to green. Quinn Mullany. Let's go on board him. Wow. Look at Alfred Strass on that very left-hand side. This is the last on board we're going to see before we head back live. What an amazing talent for Rickroll, or what I call talent, which is Rickroll. Rickroll's talent, you call that. Drew Walker is still leading through the pace car laps. Let's see if we can head towards the restart. And there we go. We're finally here. I think we've got a lot of talking to do after this race. And we're here, finally. Lights are now green again. Leading Hill up into third place. And he's got his teammates, so now these two have got to do something against their rival. Drew Walker is their true rival. Of course, Giuliano might be their rival. Oh, here we come! Wow! I think lots of drivers are coming. That push Drew Walker on the outside. That gives Giuliano the opportunity to seek for a pass if he can. Probably just a bit too late for that. Or maybe not. There comes Giuliano. And he's got lots of drafting right behind him. Hopefully, if he can keep the draft. But not yet. Drew Walker just responded on the outside. Now he's your leader again. We're now coming into... Well, we're now past into lap 29. But don't count out the others just yet. Giuliano, you know, I mean, Drew Walker is certainly the driver to beat. We know Giuliano is probably the closest out there. Or maybe not, because Leading Hill has gone past, and now he's on course for his first victory. And he's doing everything he can to try and get that win if he can. His elusive victory. But of course, they're not the only cars out there. Here comes Jerry Chen, and he's on the chase right now. Of course, despite JC Motorsports having won a few races this season so far, Jerry Chen has yet to win a race. So this could be game for him to battle for that win. Thomas Giuliano is under threat now from Jerry Chen. As we see him coming, just not yet, but I think with the draft, he could definitely make stage a comeback if he can. John Appleseed, bit of a hoarder down there, but he's no stranger to that, obviously. There's Owen Scott, who's doing really well in his only second race. Richard Petty Jr. climbing into the top 10 right now. That makes 3 JC Motorsports in the top 10, and I don't think it's likely to be Kat Rose coming near, because she's already struggling down in 25th place after that first collision. Archer Xavier, he's the one who's worst out there so far, and he's the only one running out there with that worst amount of damage. You can see his front is going to have a problem with the steering at least. Alfred Struss is already bruised from that collision with Rickroll. Oh, here I come, trying to take over that 23rd spot from I think that's Hammond. That's Jacob Hammond. Jacob Hammond. He thinks the Mini 4 WD car in that number 26 can do the job. Of course, that car has been wrecked, so of course he has to do the best he can to bring his damaged car to where he wants to be. Hopefully to the finish line if he can. Right, we go back towards the front. Drew Walker is leading, but Leading Hill is catching up towards him. Jerry Chen up into third place. Giuliano has responded to his slippings. Here he comes, he's now on the inside, but look at that. He's now getting close to Leading Hill. But, of course, I think that might be a bit too late for him. Maybe not. Giuliano is taking every risk he can. Oh, look at the draft now. He is going for the push. As these two drivers are now gone past Leading Hill. Now they're up second and third. Leading Hill now falling back with Sally Appleseed taking fourth place. Joan Appleseed, her brother, right behind her. Brother and sister are now battling head to head for the very first time, I think. Well, look at them go. Look at them go. John Appleseed is on fire right now. He is now up into 4th place. And Jerry Chen hopes to make it a 1-2 for the JC Motorsports team. He's got Giuliano to deal with. Giuliano seems that he can capitalize as high as he can, but not in the lead at least. And he's going to lose it to Jerry Chen. And look at that support behind Jerry Chen. He's got John Appleseed racing towards him now. Drew Walker is still leading with only 15 laps to go. Here comes Jerry Chen up into 2nd place. And Giuliano starts to fall back. And Solomon Sheridan. It looked unlikely he'll be in the top 10, but there he is. Now he's going to make a move on Leland Hill. John Appleseed up into 2nd place. And Thomas Giuliano back into 3rd place. I hope John Appleseed can do it if he can. In fact, this could be his 2nd race win of the season if he can, and his 2nd race win overall. But all he needs to do now this is any driver's only hope to try and get to the front. Already we see those cars now coming towards him already. It seems as though they are still struggling to get past Drew Walker. In fact, not really anywhere near. These drivers are really hungry for race wins. Well, Giuliano is really hungry for a race win. John Appleseed really wants to show what he can do against the championship leader, Drew Walker. And somebody just joined in. Oh, Leland's just joined in. Probably happy that his driver's finally in the top 10.
Only just now.
Yeah. Giuliano up into 2nd place once again. He's yet to go as close as Drew Walker, and apart from that moment where he eventually got past for the lead. Oh, now they're getting a bit closer. Oh, is it the pits coming up? I don't think so. But Jerry Chen really wants to make it 1-2 for the GT Motorsports team. Oh, and it seems the gap is slightly coming closer. Thanks to Jerry Chen's draft on Giuliano, they're getting closer. And Jerry Chen himself has just joined in on the radio chat on the commentary box.
Am I on the lead lap?
Yeah, you are. No doubt.
I'm third.
You are in 3rd place, but still struggling to get closer. Oh,
But
Giuliano's
Drew Walker.
He's getting closer.
So who's it?
Giuliano's getting
Who's
closer
gonna
to
be out?
Drew Walker. I think the tires are starting to take shape a little bit now. We're coming to 10 laps to go. Giuliano now this is the moment he can do.
What?
You're
Who
still
is out of this race?
well,
Half the
dozens
drivers.
of
I
cars.
saw a clip
dozens of
from
cars.
earlier. Yeah, I saw a clip from earlier. Like 10 cars are out right now.
Well, there's 2 collisions that happened. One of them being Rick Roll.
half of the lead.
Oh, hold on. Where are we? Oh, here we come. Now this is the moment Giuliano has been waiting for. And he's got John Appleseed right behind him.
Not gonna work. He was side by side, and then I think Appleseed came in and took advantage of the situation because he did not get past. And now Appleseed's trying to get 2nd place back.
But you can see
Motegi has been known for good racing, so
judging by their drafting, these cars are still significantly coming closer, but still not good enough just yet. In fact,
here comes Appleseed.
They're causing a bit of a distraction of trying to get past Drew Walker if they can. Thomas Giuliano is responding pretty well to that attempt overtake. It seems not good enough. John Appleseed now up into 2nd place. This could be, the 2nd time we see John Appleseed overtaking Drew Walker for the win. Just technically, although he did overtook Drew Walker back at Chicagoland, and then went on to the win whilst Drew Walker started slipping back after dominated almost the entire of that race.
If Drew Walker wins again, that will be 3 in a row for not only Drew Walker himself, but also JC Motorsports, which is 2 records for. I think Drew Walker also won his 4th race, which is the most race won by any driver. He will have, if he wins this race, he will have 3 in a row, the most races won in a row. And JC Motorsports, well, I think take over the banner for most races won in general, because that will be the 4th race win for the team.
Solomon Sheridan is now popping up, and he's up into 2nd place. I don't know what he's up right now.
In the meantime, falling back hard. He's in like 7th now, I think, or 6th, 7th.
These cars need to stop.
Giuliano fell back. Here comes Sheridan. Meanwhile, up front, Drew Walker's hoping the battle for 2nd place goes a bit longer, and he is able to keep that lead.
Oh, 2 teammates again. They're always together, and with Tara Lowell in that 10th spot, in the top 10 spot, and he's got his teammate right behind him.
Here we go, up front. Walker still driving away with the lead, as we've seen so many times this season. His Cadillac gets in the lead, drives away, never looks back. And yeah, as we come over to, and we cross the line, it will be 7 laps to go.
It seems Solomon Sheridan is faster. Solomon Sheridan is faster than Drew Walker. I think he could definitely do it, but of course there'll be a close shave towards the finish line. As according to the last lap, Sheridan has done a 41.8. Drew Walker, 41. Oh, Drew 41.7. Am I seeing things properly? Oh no, my bad. Well, Drew Walker is still a bit faster, but Solomon Sheridan, the gap is stabilizing at least. So maybe potentially closing. Hopefully if it carries on from there. I think Solomon Sheridan could make his sort of redemption what he did back at the last season.
There he comes.
Finally get his win.
Here he comes. The gap is closing.
It is closing significantly. Probably one last pass could happen at this very race. For the 2nd time consecutively, we see a driver overtake on that very last lap. And they're closing in for real. Here it comes already. Solomon Sheridan could be up for his 3rd race win, joining up with Drew Walker.
Sheridan takes the lead away from Walker.
That was an easy shot for him. Like, he was just out of nowhere. He's somewhere on another planet. Wait a second. The last lap was barely almost 1 minute.
Oh, but here comes Walker again.
Walker said he doesn't want it again. He wants to keep on winning and winning and winning.
Here comes Walker in a 47 Coca-Cola Cadillac. Here he goes. Down the bottom line.
Solomon Sheridan. Ooh, but that's not going to be it.
Sheridan. Who will capitalize coming out of this corner? He thinks it's going to be Walker. I don't know if they're quite clear yet, but I think Walker's up front.
Just got the nudge up front for Drew Walker.
Here it is. He's clear. Walker's up front. Sheridan's 2nd.
Lynn Hill up into 3rd place.
I think maybe a little bit of contact between the 47 and the 11 as the 11 starts to fall back now.
Solomon Sheridan.
But here comes the 11 again.
Here it comes again and again and again. Solomon Sheridan
47 will be the leader for that lap, but he's on the high side. That's bad for the 47. He slots in behind the 11 as we approach, I think, 5 laps to go.
3 laps to go.
3 laps to go. Oh my God. Sheridan, Walker, the 11 and 47 not having. The 47's right in front of the 11 right now.
He is getting as racier right now. I think this pressure's going to come to him. Pressure's going to come to him.
3 laps to go here at Motegi. It's going to be the Solomon Sheridan in front. Drew Walker in 2nd place.
Drew Walker's laps are getting slower right now. And thanks for that, I think Solomon Sheridan appears to start to increase just significantly the gap right behind him. But how long can he hold for?
I think Walker's doing it on purpose. I think Walker's laying back so he can get down to the inside of the 47 or the 11.
Probably. Lynn Hill's
last lap again. He was up on the high side of the 11 and he couldn't get past. as Appleseed takes that spot from up top.
Appleseed up into third place, I think. Oh, here it is, Solomon Sheridan. It seems this race is definitely
2
for
laps to
him.
go.
2 laps to go. And Solomon Sheridan is now your race leader, coming towards the end of the race.
Can Walker make a last lap pass as we saw last year when Ayanami overtook LaForge Henry for the win at the line?
Pardon me, it's Tari Lowell overtaking Solomon Sheridan himself
my
in
bad.
that very lead. And LaForge Henry wasn't really leading. Here we go.
White flag is out. Last lap. I don't think it's going to be enough.
But
We'll see
anything
what
can
Walker
happen.
can do.
Anything can happen.
Sheridan up front. That'll actually be his first race win of the season if Sheridan wins this.
Exactly.
Ooh, the gap is small.
But not quite enough.
I don't think it's going to be enough for the 47, though.
Whoa, that means Solomon Sheridan will come
Coming
home
out
with a
of
race
turn
win.
3.
His redemption has been done, sort of, after that one last season. But he's eventually got it at Twin Motegi. He's won
Solomon
here
Sheridan
at
will win.
race 10 of 16 here at season 2 at Twin Motegi. Solomon Sheridan is today's race winner.
Drew Walker finishes in second place. Who finished in third?
That will still that will still continue up his championship lead as we progress from there.
By a pretty big margin, also.
Look at
Appleseed finishes third.
This is
And
Giuliano.
it's Giuliano in fourth.
Jerry Chen.
Ooh, Clark finished in fifth.
Superb. And that is Owen Scott.
Ooh, new driver.
The new driver. His performances are somewhat spectacular and out of nowhere. Like, we wouldn't even expect
That's
this to
awesome.
happen.
New driver, Scott in sixth place.
Probably one of the
Liam
best.
Hill in seventh.
Probably one of the
Sally
best.
Appleseed.
What happened down
in eighth.
there?
Whoa.
This is weird. What happened?
The game decided to
The game
break
decided
itself. I think they're on pit road.
They're supposed
No,
to.
they're rolling again.
Well, I mean,
They
that's just
what?
a game. That's just a game. That is just a game. Whatever. I can tell. I can tell the game is on. Hold on. Let me check and see the positions to see if everyone finished in the exact positions. Of course, you can see Cam Wright, number 88. Where's number 55? Oh, number 55 of Nolan Hamilton. Okay, so it seems they're all up in order. At least, so I guess it's more of a game glitch that's been going along, so. But anyway, that doesn't affect the results anyway. So, congrats to Solomon Sheridan, today's race winner. Third race win in his career. And I'm so glad. We saw a spectacular race going on in this race at Twin Motegi. It was really exciting down there. And I knew I expected it to be. And we take a look at the rest of the top 10. Well, we haven't mentioned Sally Appleseed. Sally Appleseed in 8th place. Avery Hamilton in 8th place. And last race winner before this one, Tari Lowell. And his teammate Ray Ananami in 11th place. And defending champion Kendrick Meeks in 12th place. But this is all a big question. How would the championship standings shake up right now? Because I think there's some surprises going along, but I'm not sure who's going to end up maybe in the top 10 at least in points. But who cares? We'll find out. It's quite interesting to see. Quinn Mullany is up into 15th place. Despite that collision at the very start. It was pretty unique, especially with Ju Miyazaki. His engine was let go whilst he was at the very lead. And it just ended so spectacularly, like more chaotic, as you say. And yeah, I don't believe it. And for me, I finished in 20th place, and not really good race at this track at Japan, at Motegi in Japan. But hopefully I can do more races in the future. I don't know when. I'm thinking of a potential full-time ride for next season if anything goes well with how the future holds in the series and stuff. Because we are seeing a notable grow on the on the grid right now. We're getting close to the limit of, I think, 42 races. So we are planning on another series, probably a fantasy series first, then maybe a Division 2 series as well. But these are all in the works right now. And I'll also start to bring out more information as I can in regards to new series coming up. But anyway, I think that's all I need to say, because I don't want to talk too much and get everyone bored and stuff. We're here. We're finally done with this race. Coming up next, we'll be going to Germany. I think for the last of the international tour before we head back to America to end the season. So that's been really good. Let's see who is on fast. Oh, that's me. I scored the fastest lap. Wow, that must be a bonus for me to take. Don't know how I got it, but that was pretty surprising. Drew Walker unusually is on second in terms of fastest laps, like literally by a 1, 2, 5, 6 by 6/10 of a second, I think. Wow, that must be something like pretty unexpected to see. Let's go down the order again. Of course, I've shown you already, but yeah, there are all your DNFs for this race. Right, I think I'm going to call it a stream today because I'm really tired, but pleased to hear this happening with this entire race going on. Yeah, I like it. Right, once again, I want to wrap it up. I would like to say thank you to everyone taking part in this stream, for those who are watching and for those who are commenting as well. Of course, I did commentate for most of the race alone, but either way, I'm just trying to get the hang of it if I can. So, without further ado, thank you all once again, and I shall see you all next race at Germany. The Euro Speedway Lausitz's. Yes, we'll be back. For the second time ever, we're heading to Germany. Take care, everyone, and I shall see you there. Ciao!